Hey, welcome to Wise Wicker Workshop. Today I'm going to show you a little something here that I'm working on. And it's going to be available to you on my Etsy and Patreon very soon. So keep an eye open. I'm down here in my shop and I'm going to give you a quick intro to what I'm doing here. A little bit of research and development. But I always like doing stuff that I don't think has been done yet, or just stuff to kind of, I don't know, make just fun things to do, things that I haven't done before, like cockpit stuff. I mean, this here is a big light. I mean, if I can make a big light, I can make any size light, as long as I kind of keep to the same ideas and rules, right? So I was planning on making like a 2-inch light. I think somebody said something about a Philips type light that you used to be able to get, large lights. It seems like most things are getting smaller these days. Well, you know, like back in the 70s, things had to be big because of just the way things were, you know, and with technology, things start to shrink and get easier, cheaper, stuff like that. So just wanted to make a light, and at first it was just all about the light. So this is my version 1, and I was just pretty much gonna glue the cap on here, like that. Now these are all printed out of resin. So if you notice here that there's ribs inside, that I put them in to give it that nice kind of look, you know, of the older type lights. Then on the inside, I printed this piece that'll hold the LEDs, and it was a little bit tight. I had to sand it down. So this is version 1, but it looked good. I somehow was able to get the threads to work the first time, but I think I remember I was sanding and doing all kinds of stuff to actually get the threads to work. But that is a big nut. Just like me, I'm a big nut. So that's version 1. Version 2 was all about the inside here. Getting the inside better. And for some reason, the LEDs weren't going into the holes right. Like this is an older version, but the LEDs go in really nice. The only problem with this is now you have to glue them or somehow hold them there. It's not like a compression fit. So that was version 2. I did make this a little bit better. The lens, you could see it's a little bit thicker on the sides. But then I didn't like that either. I didn't like the whole I would have to glue it part. That's version 2. Version 3, I just quickly wanted to try getting threads on the lens without worried about what it looked like, because I already knew what it looked like. I did 2 of them before. So then I'm like, yeah, the thread's not right. So I went and I found out, I do my work in Fusion 360. I'm still fairly new to it, but I found out that Fusion 360 doesn't have like offsets and stuff that you could do to shrink the threads. But I found a really cool video, and I'll post it down here. The guy told me, and his name is whatever. So Fusion 360 is more about making things for, I guess, out of metal. So in the model world, it's really just about a visual, and if you're gonna send it out, it's mainly for metal. That they don't take into consideration the plastic and stuff at this time, but that'd be cool about a future update that they would do that. So this guy in this video showed me a cool way to do it. So you pretty much just have to take the top part of the thread here, and you would make an offset, make it kind of shrink a little bit. Then you choose the bottom part of the thread, and you make an offset and shrink that also. I think it was what was it, 0.15 millimeter. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I'll post it like right here what it is, 0.15 millimeter, I believe. Then also to do a fillet on the kind of sharp point of the threads here. So not only do you do that on the outer part, but you also do it to the nut. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because version 3 was this guy and I sliced it wrong and it broke, but the concept worked. But this is when the threads were bad. Version 4 was when I got all of the threads correct when I did the offset and the fillet. I mean, look at that. It's just like breezy. It doesn't even fight you. Now these guys are painted. I paint these with a satin clear Rust-Oleum to kind of protect it. But if you notice, like, you don't get any white marks on this when you use the nut. Usually with plastic on plastic, it's, you know, rubbing, and eventually it probably will. But if you're gonna put one of these on your dashboard or cockpit or whatever, you're really not gonna be playing with the nut, and it's underneath anyway, so you're not gonna see it. Same thing with the lens. This is a painted lens. I paint them on the outside, I paint them on the inside. You could actually use some resin in there to make it look better if you wanted to, but that was pretty good. Also in version 4, I made it that you could grab the lens with something. You could see on the little side parts right there. So I bought this guy, and it has rubber, rubber little grippers on them, just so you don't want to mess it up. And you could do most of it by hand, but to get that final thing in there, and it's not perfect, but yeah, all right. Yeah, and you try not to mess it up like I kind of did right there. But it's all right. It's all right. So there we go. We have this. It's tightened down. We got the nut. And so before you put the lens on like I just did, you want to put the LEDs on this little insert here. And I have one right here for our viewing pleasure. Now this only has the 6 LEDs on it, and I'm going to use version 2 just to give you a kind of visual of this. So I'm going to put this on, turn on the power supply, and there we go. We have a nice light. So it has a nice glow to it. Let me take this off here. Now, just to remind you, this is one that is not painted or anything. And if you like this kind of glow and you're gonna print it, maybe you could keep it like that. Let me grab one of the other ones and I'll show you the difference. So hold on one sec. I'll grab one here that's painted. And I'll show you the difference. Look at that. Look at the difference there. So there you go. There's the Philips light. It's about 2 inches long, I believe. A little bit short of 2 inches, but pretty much, if you could do something like this, you could make any size you want. I mean, but if you have a 2-inch nut, see there, if you have a 2-inch size nut, imagine the nut size of a larger one. So all right, I just wanted to share that with everyone. And when you do projects, you have to take the bad with the good. You learn from your mistakes. What does Yoda say?
Failure, the best teacher is.
I don't know. But I'll put a clip in here probably and cut that out.
The greatest teacher, failure is.
Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. Keep on printing. Keep on making. See you later. I'll see you next time on Whitey's Wicked Workshop. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button. And click the bell. Thank you. For the children.